Hey everybody, this is Joe, the Over 40 Model Maker here, coming at you on a gloomy, cloudy, dreary, rainy day here in the state of South Dakota. So I decided to go ahead and, hey, we're going to go ahead and do another Predacon video for you today. So how I'm going to break this down is I've got 3 more to go. So I'm going to make one today, I'm going to make one for tomorrow, and I'm going to make one for hopefully everything's going to come out fine Thursday. So I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then the final one on Halloween is going to be the big guy and final thoughts and everything like that. So that's hopefully, knock on wood, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So today we are going to go now to not the torso, but one of the arms, because we already did the legs. We're going to do the arms, and we're going to go ahead the next one here with Rampage, who is a panther, saber-tooth lion, saber-tooth cat. I'm assuming saber-tooth because of the teeth here. So, quick anecdote aside, probably not quick, but okay, anybody who's followed this channel or knows me personally knows that I grew up in a small town, literally in the nowhere middle of South Dakota. I now live in the biggest city in South Dakota, which is Sioux Falls. And back in the 80s, early 90s, when I still lived in my old hometown, and the speed limit was only 55 miles an hour on the highways, it took 3 hours to drive from my hometown to Sioux Falls, then Sioux Falls and back. And we had to go over about every month to visit my brother, who was in a specialty school for crippled children. And yes, I did use the word cripple. Get over it. I am a guy that doesn't give a crap about your feelings when it comes to words. Get over it. So, anyways, when we get into Sioux Falls, we go to the mall, which is called the Empire Mall, and they had 2 places in there that you could go ahead and buy toys. You could go ahead and get them at this place called Osco Drug, which was like a gigantic Walgreens inside the mall, and they had a toy section that was about as good as a Toys R Us. And then the next place that you could go, is a place called KB Toys, which was a lot better than Osco Drug. Now, the Transformers in KB Toy stores were kind of off behind the registers at the front of the store, and you had to tell the employee which Transformer you wanted to buy. You could clearly see in the big labels on there of what the price was, but you had to tell them which ones because they were always so popular. This one and Razor Claw, which makes up the head, the shoulders, torso, you never saw these anywhere. Even at other places that sold toys around Sioux Falls, you never saw a Rampage, you never saw a Razor Claw. So fast forward to when I'm older and having, my son and everything, and, he's getting into Transformers, and I'm trying to think of stuff for him for Christmas. I see, the Hasbro edition Predacon, and I was like, yep, instant, because it's the 2 toys I've never, ever got to play with, handle, see in the box, things like that. So this is definitely going to be a first time for that, because I really actually have never handled the Predacon before. It's always been in my son's room, and he's, obviously he's a lot older now. He's almost ready to graduate high school. But, we still keep all of our Transformers on display downstairs we have a display room, and we're both very proud of it. So back to Rampage here. So Saber-tooth cat. Let's go around the toy here and see what we have here. We have a mouth that kind of opens. We have, you know, head right there, which kind of kills it. But where else are you going to put it? This head here can go up here like this, and that's for transformation modes. We have a leg here. We have a leg here. I always think that he's wearing shorts with just the color change from the red to the orange there. It's like those really baggy, I don't even remember, like surfer board shorts or whatever you want to call them. A little tail right here. Has a ratcheting waist. That's really, really nice. And then this is the only part here around the waist here that is metal. So still a very nice sized animal mode to, you know, mess around with or display or whatever. Now, again, I don't have the guides to transform these things, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do this to put them into robot mode by just guessing what's going on here. So let's fold that. Let's fold those down. Let's actually, here's what we'll do first. We'll take these legs, we'll flip them around this way. We'll take this and fold it here. We'll take the head, fold it like that. Okay, so, and then we'll turn that around. And then as you can see, there are two stickers and then the heat sticker there. Let's see. This comes around here. And the foot goes there. This comes around here. Foot goes there. Let me see here. Arms pop out like so. And then, as you can see, there is no little tab guide there. It's actually on the underside. Pop the hands out. And then pop the hands out. And then, I believe, and then we'll fold the legs up like that. So I think that is actually it. Let me pull back a second here and we'll lift up just like so. So here is Rampage in robot mode. Really long legs, short stubby arms. Not really impressed with the robot mode. I'm not gonna lie. Especially with how the head is right here. You know, it's just literally an open spot right there. So, really nothing special. You could put the gun and the sword in, which I do actually have one, because again, you got to put a fist into it. So, well, that's it. I mean, there's really nothing special. So now let's go ahead and get them into arm mode. So I'm assuming let's pop those in, pull these out of the way for now, pop the arms back in. Like so. And then, let's see, looking at that, let's flip that. And then we'll flip these. because we got to get these holes right here to hold the thing. Then I think you flip it that way and put the arms down like that. And then this is the connector that goes into the part of razor claw. And then you have the big fist with the spikes on it and the sword, which big hand, small sword, it's like a butter spreader. It's not very impressive. And then you have to somehow get that connected into that and put together, spin that way, and then boom. There is the arm of Predacon. Just like so. Well, I goofed that up a little bit because I tried straightening the legs out here. Let's try to get that in one more time. And whoops. And boom. There we go. All right. There we go. Nice and secure-ish. So, yeah, we'll just, because of that curve right there on the leg that you can see right there, I think this is the more natural look of it. So I'm just going to leave it like that. But this, you know, it's still a good size arm, kind of gives you an idea of how the actual toy is going to look. So, you know, that's it right there. So I'm just going to leave that right there for now. We'll just do that. There we go. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today on this review here. I'll get this up and published right away. And then I'll do Dive Bomb tomorrow, Razor Claw the next day, and then Predacon to bring them all together afterwards at the very end. That would be our October of the Decepticon Predacon. And then November, I don't know. I might have something different in there. You never know. So with that, again, thank you very much for joining me. And we'll go ahead, we'll end it like we always do. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, you handsome man. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, you beautiful, beautiful woman. Everybody stay safe, stay warm, behave yourselves, take care of one another, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.